Yeah, I'm over here trying to see if I see this balloon. They said it was in the middle of the country and it's coming this way, or it's going east. But I'm in the lower part. I don't see it. I don't see it. Well, living in the country today is really good. I got to work this weekend. It's supposed to be 27 degrees tomorrow. Today's Friday. And I've seen this news about I think they're calling it a Chinese spy balloon, but they're not going to shoot it down. They say it's not dangerous to the military or civilians. But it kind of makes you wonder, I mean, if it was malicious, this thing could have something on board. If they shot it down, it might bring some kind of chemical that would could be bad. So it's kind of weird. Nobody knows what's going on because, they talk about different countries are rising up and wanting to do things. And, it depends on how much money they have. So if they have like trillions of dollars, they're going to get crazy and come up with these all crazy ideas. Like Elon Musk was talking about Putin had more money than him because he can't go invade a country. And I don't think it was a deep fake. It might have been. But I was like, he's pretty rich, even though all his money's tied up. But it kind of makes you think when these countries get so much money, it's like they want to do this and do that. And, America's very ambitious, and they've done a lot of stuff, and other countries will do it. But you just kind of wonder, where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line? And if you have a sovereign nation, and you want to protect your country, you don't want people flying a potential hazard over, because even during World War II, I've done security at a hotel one time, and on top of the building, they had the people that were there a long time ago. They said they used to have anti-plane weapons on top of a lot of the buildings in the cities, just in case World War II ended up coming to American shores. So you always have to, it's better to be vigilant and prepared and have the big stick just in case you need it, whether you have to use it or not. And I think somebody even said, now that might be interpreted different ways, but, it says the meek would inherit the earth. That don't mean just a bunch of people that are, down on their luck, homeless, and they taking over everything. The meek, they wouldn't be like haughty and proud and boastful, but they would be strong in inner strength and able to carry their own, and they would be able to rise up if they needed to, and they would take over and control everything. That's usually where the governments come from, and most people are supposed to stand up and protect everybody else. That's what they were talking about, instead of, because if you got a haughty guy that's real mad, like a dictator, eventually, he'll be the only one that leads this country, and after he's gone, it might change to a whole different dynamic. But, just having these balloons up in the air, flying over the country, and you know what they are. And now globalization has changed things where we depend on all the other countries in the world to make stuff and buy stuff, and the international, all these jobs moved overseas to get cheaper labor. And then we buy so much from them. Like, we need all these products. They need us buying them. So it would hurt everybody if you quit. But then tensions are rising. So you still have to be able to walk on the eggshells, but you still have to have that trade. But then, if we had a balloon up above their country, they'd probably shoot it down. Or at least they'd have something up there bringing us down to, hey, what are y'all doing? And hours of intense, talking to them and trying to figure out what's the end game. So I guess, it's crazy, man. Balloons in the air. China spy satellites. Woo. But I just wanted to kind of think about that while I'm out here in the country looking around, and, you know, sometimes you have, when you get glasses, you see spots on your glasses anyway, you know, the rain, or you clean them, or if your blood pressure gets a little elevated or you get up too fast, you see spots. Not medical advice. So you never know. So if I see an alien or aircraft, if those exist, I never know it, because it might be just a spot on my glasses. And if it's way high in the air, who knows? And a lot of people say, I seen a document where they're saying more identified flying objects. How do you know that's not Walmart delivering groceries by drones? You never know. People see all kind of weird things, and then you can take the drone photos. You've seen people fly drones, and just your perspective of you looking at everything at your level, driving a car, walking across the ground. If you see something from 200 feet up and it's looking down, it looks totally different. It's like a whole different environment. It's almost like turning the whole world upside down, you know, like going into a mirror world. Just the difference in how you see things and perspective can really change things. You know, like you take 10 people, they look at a picture or a drawing or a situation, and they'll see what appeals to them. Most people won't see the same thing. Or to a drawing where somebody sees dolphins and another person sees something else. It's just the way your mind and your training, what you've been through, what you've learned, the way you perceive things. But other country flying their balloons over the country, you don't know if that is a hostile intent, even though they probably already got all the technology anyway. But it's kind of like sticking their thumb at you, you know, like, we're going to do what we want. So you never know. Be careful. I don't agree with them coming over our country. I know we do it too. So what do you do? What do you do? I mean, they already got all this stuff. If it's true about them putting chips in the computers and monitoring all the data, social media is like the best type of camera surveillance anywhere, because people, and I'm bad at it myself, but people post photos, pictures, everything. So they're seeing what, and it's high-tech technology, iPhones and Samsungs, and eventually Elon Musk going to have his phone out there. So the technology is better than what we have monitoring things. So why hack the companies? Just hack everybody's cell phone. So, you know, I guess they needed a higher perspective, because even with them looking at the cell phones like we are, but nobody's up in the air looking down on things. So who knows? Who knows? But that's just my little 2 cents worth. Thinking about these Chinese balloons now while I'm out here in the country just chilling out. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll talk at y'all later.